I covered. I mean, I did. I do have a video posted about the.
Today, Junior.
I do have a video posted about the divide, and I only focus on the the GOP Republican right wing aspect of it. Don't know how much division there is in the Democratic Party because it's not absolute. Because otherwise, this would just sail through. That's the odd thing. But the most unsettling thing is that the people I like and respect are the ones saying this is bad legislation.
You're lying to me.
No. The ones I don't trust
you're hiding something as well.
Are big fans of this. I should tell you where we are. So Dan Crenshaw, the Republican rep from Texas, who is a SEAL, lost an eye fighting overseas, became famous when Pete Davidson made fun of him on SNL. And then he did Joe Rogan, and just like, God, it's like, man, this guy, he's a leader. He's going to lead, maybe he can lead us someday. And then he followed in the path of Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld and those types. War. More the better. And did not stand by Trump. I mean, he clearly just made a decision that, listen, it's better I turn my back on Trump now. And he probably miscalculated, but he is being challenged. He does have a primary challenger, but it's almost impossible to unseat people.
Hey, this is bullshit.
So Tucker Carlson posted this. This is Rep. Dan Crenshaw as he walks out of the Capitol building after voting to give Joe Biden the power to shut down news sites that dare to challenge him. And that's what scares me. I mean, what if I'm being lied to? I don't know. What happens if Joe Biden shuts down Twitter? What if they sign this into law and it does allow him to shut down Twitter? Because even if he said, all right, I'm going to shut down Twitter, and then, okay, file a lawsuit, now we've got to go to court over whether he can, they fit this bill, and the election's over.
Access.
So let's see what Dan Crenshaw had to say.
Access to everything TikTok has, which means data on all Americans. And with data and with access to your, app that you're addicted to, you can vastly manipulate an entire population, which the Chinese have done already.
Are you worried that our intelligence agencies are doing the same thing domestically?
Am I worried that? I know that they're not.
They're not manipulating Americans? They're not controlling the flow of information?
Yeah. Did you have some evidence otherwise that you'd like to share?
I mean,
okay.
Before the
any serious questions?
What a piece of shit. He knows better. He does.
ByteDance were to say
Congressman, you asked for an example of the U.S. intelligence agencies meddling in our...
Okay, so I covered this on the failed podcast, right? I didn't watch it through. I didn't realize there was a follow-up to that, so awesome. And I'm going to stop trying to talk with my hands. Because it makes editing more difficult. The thing I need to do is sit just like this.
What about before the 2020 election when 50 members came out and said the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation? Does that count?
No, because they were retired.
They were retired, but the FBI had the laptop for over a year.
There's nothing even close to what TikTok. Access to everything TikTok has, which means data on all.
That's why he won't go on Tim Pool. That's why he will never do Charlie Kirk. But he posted this, a response. Dan Crenshaw said Tucker Crenshaw's response, Tucker lying for attention as usual. Maybe since he lost his production assistants at Fox News, he can no longer do basic research or read short legislation. Nothing in the TikTok bills gives anyone any authority to shut down news agencies. Tucker is mad about a bill that simply stops the CCP from stealing the data of tens of millions of Americans and using TikTok to push their propaganda. 90% of conservatives in the House voted for this bill. Now, that's where some of the question comes in. Okay, so my main concern is how they're influencing the population, but it's not how they're attacking. That's not the angle they're using to try to get this passed. They're talking about data, and I don't want any foreign country to have the data, but I don't know if they do or not, quite frankly, and I don't know what really they're going to do with my data.
Honest. If you were being honest with me and honest with yourself, I'm afraid you'd tell me an entirely different story.
I'm trying to find kind of a middle of the road. I mean, Google's not going to let... See, Google doesn't let conservative news pop up. So Chinese border crossing was the search. Number one is CBS. And I've got ad block. So they won't let me see it. Al Jazeera. Some Asian website. Fox News, CBS, CNN, New York Post, Yahoo. Here we go. Whatever, Yahoo. Why are so many Chinese crossing the southern border? That's a good question. Oh, wow. They found a picture of a family. Shocking. What's this? What's that on his wrist? I'm not going to even bother reading the article because I'm sure they don't address it. They don't ask the question. She's got 2 on her wrist. What are they doing? According to NPR, now this was June 26th of 2023, China owns 380,000 acres of land in the U.S. Here's where. So you've got a bunch of Chinese immigrants pouring over the border. Where are they going? They're probably not headed to Panda Express. Where are they going? So we've got Chinese fighting age males pouring over the border in California. And then we have... Okay, so we have Chinese... We got okay, so we got a lovely family here. Now, look, man has a little hospital bracelet on. Girl has 2 of them. I'm sure there's nothing to that, and I'm sure they get to the bottom of that in this article.
Does anybody have any idea about who or what this is?
Nope, not covered. Now, according to NPR, China owns 380,000 acres of land in the U.S. Here's where. Now, that's irrelevant. So we have Chinese surging into our country illegally. We have China, for some reason, is owned... For some reason, foreigners are allowed to own land in this country. Oh, do you think those Chinese men are headed to these places? Like, I don't know, conspiracy theory type stuff that maybe, I don't know, maybe it's possible we could have foreign military bases on our land? And I wonder, is that covered in the TikTok legislation? No. But the app that I don't own, I don't have, I don't interact with, and I'm not the one, I don't care, like, oh, I don't use it, I don't care what happens, I don't care what, I do. I have a thing I'm trying to start. I'm tweeting at people, I talk about it on the show, not enough. Cameras in the classroom. We want to fix American education, cameras in the classroom. There's so much debate about charter schools and public schools, defunding public schools, giving to charter schools, and you're never, that's good. That's a hard argument to make any progress on, because politicians then would have to go against teachers' unions, and that ain't happening. But if you say, okay, sit down with a teacher. Go to your local school board meeting and say, listen, I got an idea. Cameras in the classroom. Let me tell you why. Students who miss school, they can go online and watch their lessons. It's on there. Just like YouTube. It's easily done. So cameras in the classroom. Here's what you do. Only accessible by parents and students. Because leftists like to accuse people who suggest this of some disgusting things. So I'm going to ignore that and keep on going. Because I care about children, actually. So we want cameras in the classroom. Here's why. Students who are absent, they can go back and watch the lessons. Or if they weren't really sure on the lessons, they can go back and watch it. They have trouble with their homework, maybe the parents can go with them and then watch the lesson and help them explain. Maybe they're just not getting what the teacher's saying. Maybe they're not just communicating as well. Or maybe the parent knows how to communicate to the student, to their child better. But it gives parents the opportunity to keep an eye on what is being taught to their child. And if there's no shenanigans, the teachers should not have any problems with it because it's going to improve education. But they will. They will have a problem. And then that's when you can say, well, why? What do you have to hide? Cameras in the classroom, folks. Anyway, I got off topic. Yeah, TikTok, it's influencing kids in a very, very negative way, or culture generally. We need to do something about it. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. I have no idea with this TikTok shit. I have zero idea on what is what. It's scary, but we need cameras in the classroom. That's how we can save the children, aside from banning the TikTok. Now, okay, so earlier I could have swore that this had a video of Tucker saying how TikTok needs to be taken down. Alex Stein, you're literally running cover for the FBI and CIA when you defended them for the Hodge twins, 90% of these fake conservatives are anti-American traitors that only care about money and power. Yeah.
For you to be here.
Yes, I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.